Welcome back. Let's turn our attention now to California and the case involving accused abduction hoaxer Sherri Papini. Papini, who is currently out on bond, is expected to show up for court tomorrow. This time, it's for her preliminary hearing. The 39-year-old is accused of faking her disappearance back in 2016, setting off a frantic 3-week search in Northern California. Papini was hiding out at her former boyfriend's house 600 miles away. She was arrested in March for lying to federal agents about being kidnapped and defrauding the state's Victim Compensation Board out of $30 grand. Court TV's Vinny Politan has a backgrounder on this case. Let's watch.
We are ecstatic to report that Sherri Papini has been located and has been reunited with her family on this day of Thanksgiving. At about 4:30 this morning, the Shasta County Sheriff's Office was notified that Sherri had been located. We've also learned that Sherri was released by her captor on a rural road near Interstate 5 in Yolo County. She was bound with restraints, but was able to summon help from a passing motorist who then notified law enforcement.
That was a 2016 press conference from the Shasta County Sheriff reporting to the public that 34-year-old missing woman Sherri Papini was safely back home with her family after a weeks-long search of California and surrounding states. Sherri was found with multiple injuries, bindings on her body, and a brand mark on her right shoulder, and her long blonde hair had been cut. Sherri told authorities that she had been kidnapped at gunpoint by 2 Hispanic women and provided descriptions for an FBI sketch artist. After Sherri resurfaced, her husband Keith spoke to ABC News, holding back tears as he described being reunited with his wife after this entire ordeal.
Just ran past everybody and I, throw open the curtain and she was there in a bed, in her poor face. And I just hugged her, I just held her.
Since Sherri's story came out, many people questioned if such a wild tale could be true. And now, authorities have announced it was not. More than 5 years after Sherri's alleged kidnapping, she's been arrested on charges of lying to federal agents and defrauding the state. Authorities say that during the time Sherri was being held by her captors, she was really staying with a former boyfriend nearly 600 miles away from her home in Orange County, and injured herself to back up the story about the kidnapping. The mail fraud charges stem from Papini being reimbursed more than $30,000 by the California Victims Compensation Board. The money was meant for therapy to treat PTSD from the alleged kidnapping, as well as the ambulance ride to the hospital after she escaped. The fraud charges carry a penalty of up to 20 years in prison, and the charge of lying to a federal agent has a maximum 5-year sentence.
Still with us, Joseph Tully, Tammy Allison. Tammy, you know better than most. You don't mess with the feds. They have her. Where's this thing going?
It can go very far to where she is incarcerated within the Federal Bureau of Prisons. This is a hot mess. And in the words of one of my idols, Gwen Eiffel, this missing white woman syndrome, which is a phrase that she coined, is something that is very relevant here with this case. She used racial stereotypes to accuse whoever of kidnapping her, when the whole time she was laid up with an ex-boyfriend, with her husband looking for her in shambles. Listen, we all stressed out, girl. We all want to run away sometimes, but you do not have to use racial stereotypes to go be with your ex-boyfriend when you're married to your husband. This is not okay. But it also highlights the need for the media to cover all missing persons, because we've seen this more than one time where these, people like this that don't look like me accuse people that look like me of kidnapping them, and then, it was all a hoax.
Joseph, you're there in San Francisco in Northern California. I was there during this period of time as well. And yeah, it was all hands on deck for Sherri. And I can't imagine a jury having much love for someone who pulled this off. And to Tammy's point, accused 2 random Mexican ladies of torturing me, and with these bizarre sketch that was, this is diabolical on so many levels.
So I'll speak generally about this case because I do a lot of work in the Reading area, but it seems like the prosecution is going to have a very easy time proving its case here.
Yeah, and to that point, Tammy, do you think there'll be a plea deal after this prelim?
Ted, I like your word, diabolical. It was a diabolic mess if she does not take a plea deal. These are the feds. You know, I'm former DOJ, former federal prosecutor, and it's like, listen, these charges here, they're not to be played with. Federal attorneys do not bring charges unless they have actual evidence. You know, there's not going to be any games played if she chooses to go to trial. Federal courts are very serious. They are very much by the book. So it would be in her best interest to take a plea and go ahead and live your life with that ex-boyfriend. You ain't got to lie to kick you.
We'll see what happens. Again, tomorrow is the prelim scheduled. She's out on bail, and hopefully she shows up, and then we'll see what happens from there. I want to thank Joseph Tully and Tammy Allison for being with us today. Really appreciate both of you and your expertise, and your time is valuable, and we're very happy to have you along with us. That's going to do it for us for now, but don't go anywhere. Why? Well, Michael Ayala, he's coming up next. He's going to have the latest on the Peterson bid for a new trial. That and much more right here on Court TV, which, of course, is your front row seat to justice. Back after this.